Ever catch a guy smiling at you a little too long and wonder, could he actually be into me? Well, here's the good news. When a man truly likes you, he shows it in ways he can't even control. His body language, tone, and subtle little actions tell a story. And today, you're about to become fluent in reading it. Welcome, beautiful. In this video, we're unlocking 7 flirty behaviors men naturally display when they're genuinely into a woman. These signs aren't forced or fake. They're sweet, instinctive, and full of real interest. And once you know what to look for, it becomes so easy to tell when a guy is feeling something deeper. Whether it's a charming new guy, someone you're texting, or even a friend who's suddenly more attentive, you'll finally have the clarity to understand what those signs really mean. These aren't the cliche dating tips you've heard before. We're diving into real psychological cues, the little things he does without realizing it, and what they reveal about his heart. Even better, I'll show you how to respond with grace, confidence, and a little playful charm, so you can enjoy the moment, connect more deeply, and let your natural feminine energy shine. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's start this journey of insight and empowerment together. Because when a man is into you, it shows. And now you'll know exactly how to spot it. You know that feeling when someone just seems to notice everything about you, even the little things no one else catches? That's what we call unexpected attention. And it's often the very first clue that a man is into you, whether he's ready to admit it or not. He may not come out and say, "I like you," but his actions whisper it louder than words ever could. He's paying attention, and not just in a casual way. He notices when you wear your hair differently. He compliments your earrings, even though they're small and subtle. He remembers your favorite coffee order without you ever repeating it. These are the signs that tell you you're on his mind. Men are often taught to play it cool, but when genuine interest takes over, their guard slips and they start tuning into you in ways that feel personal, thoughtful, and completely unexpected. Maybe he's the kind of guy who usually keeps things surface level with everyone, but with you, he listens more deeply, watches more closely, and seems truly invested in what you're saying. What's so beautiful about this behavior is that it's never loud or pushy. It's quiet, consistent attention. It's the way his eyes light up when you walk into a room, or how he angles his body towards you, even when others are around. It's how he seems to remember the little details you shared in passing, like the movie you mentioned wanting to see, or the snack you're obsessed with. These aren't things he's keeping track of out of politeness. It's because he genuinely cares. When a guy is into you, you start to feel seen. And that's exactly what this behavior does. It makes you feel like you're not just another person in the room. You feel special because to him, you are. And here's the best part. He doesn't even realize he's doing it. This kind of focused attention isn't strategic. It's instinctive. It's his way of gravitating towards someone he feels drawn to, someone who brings out a softer, more attentive version of himself. His attraction isn't just physical, it's emotional too. He wants to know you, understand you, and connect with you on a deeper level. So what should you do when you notice this? First, trust it. That quiet attention isn't a coincidence. Smile, lean into it, and allow yourself to enjoy the moment. This is your chance to mirror that energy back and create a spark that feels natural, effortless, and mutual. Because when a man starts showing you unexpected attention, he's not just being nice, he's telling you in 1,000 little ways, you matter. And that's one of the most powerful signs of interest you'll ever receive. There's something incredibly charming about a guy who can make you laugh, especially when his humor has just the right amount of playful teasing. It's one of the oldest flirting behaviors in the book, but when it's genuine, it never gets old. Light teasing isn't just about being funny. It's often a man's way of testing the waters, building connection, and showing interest in a way that feels low pressure and fun. When a guy is into you, he'll often look for little ways to get your attention and create a unique private rapport. And playful teasing is one of the easiest ways to do that. He might make a cheeky comment about how you're always late to things, gently poke fun at your obsession with a certain snack, or call you out with a smile for something small and harmless. But it never feels mean-spirited. It feels familiar, like an inside joke only the two of you share. This kind of teasing builds connection through laughter. It creates a light-hearted rhythm between you, a back and forth that feels easy, flirty, and personal. He's not just trying to be funny for the sake of it. He's using humor as a bridge to closeness. It's a safe way to flirt because it keeps things playful without getting too vulnerable too quickly. And here's the secret. Men often tease the women they're attracted to because it lets them show interest while still protecting their ego. It's like saying, I like you, without having to say those exact words. If you laugh, tease him back, or play along, it tells him the chemistry is mutual. And that's all the encouragement he needs to keep coming closer. Pay attention to his body language when he teases you. Is he smiling more? Is he watching your reaction closely? Like he wants to know if you're having fun? That's a clear sign he's invested in your mood, your energy, and how you're experiencing the moment with him. His goal isn't to impress a crowd, it's to make you laugh, you smile, and you feel special. You might even notice that his teasing is very specific to you. That's because he's been paying attention. He remembers your quirks, your preferences, even your little habits, and he turns them into playful moments that feel tailored, not generic. That personalization is key. It means he's not just trying to be charming, he's trying to be charming for you. So if you find yourself laughing more around him, blushing a little at his jokes, or feeling that warm, giddy spark when he playfully nudges you with his words, don't brush it off. That light teasing might just be his way of saying, you're on my mind and I want to be on yours too. And chances are you already are. Have you ever noticed a guy subtly copying your movements, crossing his arms when you do, leaning in when you lean in, or even sipping his drink right after you take a sip of yours? If so, you've witnessed one of the most instinctive subconscious signs of attraction, mirroring. When a man is drawn to you, emotionally, physically, or energetically, he'll often begin to mirror your behavior without even thinking about it. It's not something he plans or forces. It's a natural response rooted in psychology and human connection. Mirroring is the body's way of saying, I feel in sync with you. What makes this behavior so special is that it's never fake. It can't be faked because it happens below the surface. Mirroring stems from a desire to build connection and comfort. And when someone is mirroring you, it means they feel safe, interested, and emotionally engaged in your presence. This might show up in small ways. If you play with your hair, he may suddenly rub the back of his neck. If you cross your legs, he might shift his posture too. Even the tone of your voice or pace of your speech can influence his. Without realizing it, he's matching your rhythm. Because on a deeper level, he wants to feel aligned with you. It's also a beautiful sign of attentiveness. He's not just existing in the same space as you. He's tuned into you. Your energy is leading, and his is following, not out of submission, but out of connection. It's one of those behaviors that shows he's genuinely trying to bond, even if he hasn't fully realized why. You may also notice mirroring in social settings. If you laugh, he laughs. If you shift closer, he follows. He starts adopting little phrases you use or mimics your gestures in subtle, sweet ways. It might seem like a coincidence at first, but the more it happens, the more obvious it becomes. He's syncing with you on purpose, just not consciously. So how should you respond when you catch it happening? Smile. Lean into it. Mirroring is a great moment to build rapport naturally. You can test it out by adjusting your posture or doing something small, like leaning back or tilting your head and watching to see if he follows. It's a quiet little dance, and once you're aware of it, it's honestly kind of magical. In the early stages of attraction, actions often speak louder than words, and mirroring is one of the loudest silent signals out there. When a man mirrors your energy, your movements, and even your mood, he's saying, I want to be closer to you, without ever having to say a thing. And the truth is, that kind of connection, it's hard to fake and even harder to ignore. Have you ever noticed how a guy seems to instinctively step a little closer when someone else walks by? Or how he subtly positions himself between you and a crowded space, almost like a shield? These moments might seem small, but they reveal something powerful, his protective instinct. When a man is attracted to you, especially in a deeper or more emotional way, he'll often show it by stepping into a quiet leadership role around you. We're not talking about over-the-top macho behavior. It's not about showing off. It's about subtle, natural alpha moves that say, I've got you, you're safe with me. This protective energy can show up in so many ways. Maybe he opens doors for you without making a big deal about it. Maybe he insists on walking on the side closest to the street. Or maybe he places his hand on your lower back to guide you through a crowded room. These are not power plays, they're subconscious signals of care, respect, and yes, attraction. A man who's into you will want to be useful, helpful, and attentive. He'll carry your heavy bags, fix something that's broken, or offer you his jacket when you're cold. Not because he thinks you can't handle it, but because it makes him feel good to take care of you. And that's important. When a man truly likes a woman, he finds purpose in protecting her comfort, emotionally and physically. What's especially endearing is that this alpha behavior doesn't need to be loud or dominating. In fact, the most attractive version of it is quiet confidence. It's not about controlling a situation. It's about being grounded, present, and responsive to your needs without you even asking. It's that moment when he notices you're uncomfortable and shifts things to make you feel more at ease. That's a man who's paying attention. And here's the thing. These gestures are rooted in something deeper than flirting. They reflect emotional investment. He's not just trying to impress you. He's trying to show you that he values your well-being, that you matter, that he sees you, not just as someone attractive, but someone worth protecting. Now, you might wonder, is this always romantic? Not necessarily, but when these behaviors are consistent and specifically directed toward you, especially in contrast to how he treats others around him, that's when you know it's more than politeness. That's when it becomes a sign of genuine attraction. So when you notice him stepping in, guiding you through a crowd, or instinctively checking in when something feels off, don't overlook it. Those protective little moments are his way of showing you, I care, even if he hasn't said it out loud yet. Because when a man starts to act like your quiet protector, it's often the clearest sign that you've already captured his heart. Let's talk about something that's easy to miss, but once you spot it, it's impossible to ignore. It's the way he always seems to be around, even when he doesn't have to be, even when it doesn't quite make sense. He's there, and not by accident. One of the clearest signs a man is into you is when he starts finding little, casual, seemingly random reasons to be near you, physically, emotionally, or socially. It might be something simple, like sitting next to you at a group dinner when he could have sat anywhere else, or swinging by your desk at work with a question he probably could have Googled, or showing up at the same event you mentioned in passing, even though he never seemed interested before. These aren't coincidences. These are intentional choices, wrapped in casual energy. When a guy likes you, proximity becomes his way of staying connected. Being near you gives him a chance to observe, engage, and build comfort without the pressure of a big romantic gesture. He wants to be part of your orbit, to see your smile, hear your voice, and just exist in your space. And the truth is, people naturally gravitate toward what makes them feel good. If he's showing up near you more often than not, it's because you're that source of warmth for him. You might also notice how quickly he seizes small chances to bump into you. Maybe he suddenly takes his lunch break at the same time as you, or his timing always seems to magically match yours. Same coffee shop, same hallway, same vibe. It's like his internal GPS is set to your location. The key here is how effortlessly it's done. He's not pushing himself into your space in a weird or overwhelming way. He's gently placing himself near you, hoping you notice, hoping you welcome it, because for him, just being near you is enough to brighten his day. And if he can build a moment of closeness without forcing it, even better. Sometimes this behavior also includes little helper moments, like offering to walk you out, join you for a quick errand, or help you with something that conveniently gives him more time around you. These small acts of service are often a man's way of creating shared experiences, and shared experiences lead to emotional connection. So what should you do if you notice this happening? First, appreciate it for what it is, a subtle but meaningful sign of interest. If you feel the same, lean into those moments, make eye contact, smile, or ask a casual question that keeps the energy flowing. These little interactions are where chemistry quietly builds. Because when a man goes out of his way to be near you, again and again, it's not random, it's personal. And it's one of the sweetest signs that his heart is moving closer, even if his words haven't caught up yet. Have you ever noticed a guy who seems totally confident around everyone else, but when he's with you, he suddenly starts fidgeting, stumbling over his words, or acting just a bit more awkward than usual. That's not a coincidence. That's nervous energy, and it's one of the most honest, uncontrollable signs that he's into you. Even the most self-assured guys aren't immune to this. When a man likes you, especially in a way that feels deeper or more serious, his cool exterior can start to crack. You might catch him tapping his fingers on the table, adjusting his sleeves, playing with his phone without really doing anything on it, or shifting in his seat. It's not that he's bored, it's that he's buzzing with energy and doesn't know where to put it. That restlessness, that fidgeting, it's a physical reaction to emotional tension, the good kind. Being near someone he's attracted to makes his heart race a little faster. And suddenly he's hyper aware of everything, how he's sitting, how he's talking, even what his hands are doing. He wants to impress you, and at the same time he doesn't want to mess it up. That creates a nervous spark he can't fully control. You might also notice other little tells, like him stumbling over his words, laughing a little too hard at your jokes, or over-explaining something simple. These aren't flaws, they're signs that he's invested in how you see him. He cares, and because he cares, his usual composure slips, not in a bad way, in a human way. In fact, nervousness is often a sign of emotional vulnerability. It means your presence matters. You're not just another conversation. You're the conversation, the one he was thinking about before it happened, and the one he'll replay in his mind after it's over. And here's something else. Guys who don't usually get nervous will be the ones most thrown off by this feeling. If he's the confident, take charge type, and suddenly he's blushing or avoiding too much eye contact, it's not because he's disinterested. It's because he's trying so hard not to say or do the wrong thing. And that effort creates all kinds of adorable tension. So what should you do when you notice it? Be kind, be warm, smile, help him feel at ease. When you respond with softness, instead of teasing or judging, you give him the space to relax. And that's when real connection begins to grow. Remember, nervousness is not a weakness. It's a reflection of excitement, interest, and the desire to be liked back. And in a world full of mixed signals and fake confidence, a little fidgeting can actually be one of the most genuine signs that his feelings for you are real. So if you catch him fidgeting, stumbling, or nervously fixing his hair, just know his heart's probably racing for you. One of the most powerful ways a man shows he's genuinely into you isn't with grand gestures or loud declarations. It's in the little things he remembers about you. Those tiny details you might think are too small or unimportant to mention. He's not only listening, he's storing them away like precious clues. This kind of memory isn't about trying to impress you with knowledge. It's about building a connection. When a man remembers the small things, it's a sign he's emotionally tuned in. He's not just attracted to your looks or your laugh. He's attracted to your story, your personality, your essence. Those tiny details are the threads weaving him closer to you. What's even more special is that this behavior goes beyond surface level interest. It's about respect and care. He remembers what makes you happy, what makes you laugh, and even what makes you nervous, because he wants to understand all of you, not just the parts you show on the surface. This attention to detail can deepen the connection faster than any grand romantic gesture ever could. When you realize he recalls something you barely thought you said out loud, it creates a sense of being truly seen and valued. It makes your interactions richer and more meaningful, and it shows that he's thinking about you even when you're not around. You might notice he uses these details to make you smile or comfort you when you're down. For example, he might bring up a memory that makes you laugh on a tough day or offer you something small that you mentioned liking once. These thoughtful actions reveal he's paying attention because he cares, and that's a powerful sign of attraction. So how can you tell if this is happening? Pay attention to moments when he surprises you with knowledge that feels personal, or when he references past conversations in a way that shows he's been truly listening. These aren't coincidences. They're his way of saying, you matter to me. If you feel comfortable, let him know how much it means when he remembers those details. Encouragement makes him feel seen and appreciated, which strengthens the bond even more. It invites more genuine sharing and deeper emotional connection. In a world where people often skim the surface, a man who remembers your tiniest details is offering something rare: presence, attention, and heartfelt interest. And that kind of connection, It's the foundation of something real, lasting and truly special. So next time he surprises you with a detail only you would know, smile and soak it in, because that's him quietly telling you he's into you in the most meaningful way possible. So you've been watching closely and noticed some or maybe all of these flirty behaviors. He's giving you unexpected attention, teasing you playfully, mirroring your moves, showing protective instincts, finding reasons to be near you, getting a little nervous around you, and remembering all those tiny details you share. Now what? First of all, congratulations. Recognizing these signs is a major step forward because it means you're picking up on real signals, not guessing or hoping. But once you spot them, the next question is, how do you respond? What's the best way to handle this chemistry and make the most of it? The good news is, it doesn't have to be complicated. The key is to stay authentic. Let your own feelings guide you. If you feel the spark too, don't be afraid to lean into it. Smile more, hold eye contact a little longer, and let your body language show you're open to his energy. Flirting is a two-way street. And when you respond with warmth, it naturally encourages him to keep stepping up. Don't worry about being perfect or getting every move right. The truth is, vulnerability is attractive. If you're genuine, whether you laugh at his jokes, tease him back lightly, or ask questions to keep the conversation flowing, you create a safe space for both of you to connect. That makes all those subtle signs even stronger. Another bonus tip: don't rush. Let things unfold naturally. Sometimes the most meaningful connections develop slowly over shared moments and conversations. If he's protective or nervous, he might be taking his time to figure out how to express his feelings. Patience here is a superpower. It's also important to stay aware of your own boundaries and feelings. Just because someone shows signs of attraction doesn't mean you have to say yes to everything or push yourself into a relationship that doesn't feel right. Use these signs as tools to better understand him and yourself. If you're unsure about how he feels, don't be afraid to communicate. Sometimes a simple, light-hearted question, like, "Hey, you've been really attentive lately. What's going on?" can open the door for honest conversation. It's okay to seek clarity without pressure and here's a final thought: enjoying the moment is everything. Flirting and attraction are fun parts of human connection. So whether you end up dating or just sharing some playful vibes, appreciating these signs makes the whole experience richer. Remember, these behaviors are his way of showing interest and care, and your response shapes the energy between you two. So trust yourself, be kind to yourself, and enjoy this exciting dance of connection. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, share with a friend who needs to see this, and subscribe for more insights on love, dating, and relationships. And drop a comment below telling me which sign surprised you the most. I love hearing from you. All right, we've walked through 7 unmistakable signs that a guy is into you, from those little protective moves to the nervous energy that shows he cares more than he's letting on. But now, the big question: what do you do with this information? How do you flirt back without feeling awkward or overthinking every move? First things first, the best flirting is authentic. It's not about memorizing lines or putting on a show. It's about letting your true personality shine and showing genuine interest in return. When you're comfortable and confident in yourself, your energy naturally becomes magnetic. That's the kind of vibe that makes flirting feel fun and effortless. One simple way to flirt back is through your body language. Smile. Genuinely, it's one of the easiest, most powerful ways to signal attraction. Hold eye contact a bit longer than usual, but don't stare, just enough to create a subtle connection. Lean in slightly when he's talking, showing you're engaged and interested. These little nonverbal cues speak volumes and often say more than words ever could. You can also match his energy. If he's teasing you playfully, tease him back with light, good-natured jokes. If he's being protective or thoughtful, acknowledge it with a warm thank you or a gentle touch on his arm. Mirroring his behavior, like subtly matching his tone or pace of speech, creates a natural rhythm that builds connection without forcing it. Remember, flirting is a two-way street. It's as much about having fun and enjoying the moment as it is about signaling interest. So don't put pressure on yourself to make every interaction perfect. Sometimes just laughing together or sharing a private joke is enough to keep the spark alive. If you feel nervous, that's totally normal. Flirting can bring up butterflies, especially when you really like someone. Embrace that nervous energy as part of the excitement. It means you care, and that's a beautiful thing. Sometimes showing a little vulnerability can even deepen the connection because it makes you relatable and human. Also, don't forget to listen. Flirting isn't just about how you look or what you say. It's about being present. Ask questions, show curiosity about his interests, and respond thoughtfully. When you genuinely engage, it creates a space where both of you feel seen and appreciated. At the end of the day, the goal of flirting is to build a bridge, a playful, warm connection that could lead to something more if the timing feels right. But even if it doesn't, flirting is a way to express yourself and enjoy the dance of human interaction. So go ahead, trust your instincts. Use these signs you've learned today as a guide. But most importantly, be yourself, because the most attractive version of you is the one who's confident, kind, and open to connection. Thank you so much for watching. If you loved this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more relationship insights, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new tip. And drop a comment telling me which flirting tip you're most excited to try. I can't wait to hear from you. Remember, flirting isn't just about getting him to like you. It's about celebrating your own sparkle and having fun along the way. So go out there and shine bright.